I enjoy racing. When I was a child, it has always been my dream, and just a dream to race in Formula One. To be that successful, of course, I take it, and it makes me very, very proud. But equally, every race is a new challenge. Every new year is a new challenge. So yeah, I'm not lacking motivation, because I know how hard it is every single time to deliver inside the car, to get everything right. And yeah, the youngest or the freshest example probably is Abu Dhabi. Saturday, I was second in qualifying. I tried a little bit too hard, and Mark did a better job than me. And after qualifying, I wasn't that happy. So now you could argue that, calm down, you won the championship, etc. But it's part of me. I'm ambitious, and I want to win. And if there's a chance to do so, then I want to take it. Fortunately, on Sunday, I had a good start and a very good race after that. As teammates for the last 5 years, I think we've got to know each other very, very well, meaning that I know his strengths and I know his, not weaknesses, but maybe the corners where I have a little bit of an advantage, and vice versa. So it has always been very, very close, maybe closer than what people remember. So I appreciated that, and therefore I have enormous respect. Surely, you have to be honest as well. We didn't have the best relationship, probably on a personal level, if you look back. But yeah, in the end of the day, I think we were very, very successful for the team as well, winning 4 constructors in a row. So, made sure that together we scored enough points for the team. For sure, next year, Daniel is coming in, which I think is difficult to judge right now, but I'm sure he will do a good job, and he will try very, very hard to give me a hard time. Equally, you could look back and say, obviously, if you look for a strong drivers lineup in 2009, Mark was part of the team and a strong element of the team. And why would you sign up? If you want to have a successful future, why would you sign up a young driver? Sign up somebody else, spend some more money, and maybe you have success guaranteed. But I think this hasn't been the approach back then, fortunately. That's why I'm still sitting here. And it's good to see also that the approach hasn't changed, to make use of the drivers we have within, or Red Bull has within its driver program. Well, certainly for next year, I think that's the biggest project that is coming up, with new regulations, a new engine, etc. A lot of work to do. Also, you have to say that within 5 years, things do change, even if you are in the same team. People, come and some people leave, unfortunately, but that's reality. So there's always plenty of new challenges, as I said, for sure for next year with the new regulations, but also if you look back the last 4 years, to first, I think, be part of the process and develop a car around a double diffuser that wasn't supposed to be developed around it in the first year. For the second year, to really discover the power of putting the exhaust in the right place and make use of that. Then we obviously lost that for 2012, and came back since then. And for next year, it's a new challenge. So it's always basically, you can be sure that we are very, very busy, and there's a reason why we have so many people working here, and we constantly, in the last 4 years, I think, or 5 years, run out of parking space, because we just keep growing. Yeah, generally it's like a big school class, or like a school class where you have some drivers you get along with well, and others you just don't. But doesn't mean that you hate them or try to avoid them. I think you still have big respect for what they are doing, no matter where they are on the grid. People tend to call it domination. I don't like the word domination because it makes things sound easy. And if we look back, I think, to every single race, individual race, it was very, very hard work, and we put everything in it. We got, great results, obviously, despite the wins, great results to finish on the podium on days where probably we shouldn't have, etc., etc. So it's a long season, and you need to make sure, as I tried to explain earlier, you always want to get to your 100%. And if you're completely honest with you, you can't do that all the time, but you can. I think you can get very, very close, and that's that feels great when you look back. Obviously, with the races we had and the championship, if you look at the scoreboard, etc. It was a great position to be in. And of course, then people lack a little bit the excitement, but not yourself, because you know how much work you put in. I think the whole factory, everybody knew how hard it was to get the car where it is now, and to score all the points that we did.
I think it's very easy for people to become complacent and expect that a Red Bull victory is almost pre-described, but that isn't the case. Every race that we go to is a challenge, and I think the satisfaction about this year is seeing how the team has continued to develop, continue to improve across all areas, whether that be strategy, whether that be pit stops, whether it be the development that Adrian and his team have been bringing to the car at each Grand Prix. But I think beyond that has been the progress that Sebastian has made, and seeing him raise the bar yet again, and the level at which he's driven this year has been absolutely magnificent. It's been phenomenal what he's managed to achieve, to have won 11 Grand Prix with 2 races still to go. The consistency, the accuracy with which he's driven. It really, as I said earlier, it's been a pleasure to see, a pleasure to be part of, and it's great to see that being appreciated as well now, in terms of what at 26 years of age he has managed to the list of great names that he's managed to join. And as far as the factory, obviously it's a fairly modest facility in compared to some of our rivals, but what exists within the buildings is a huge amount of desire and passion, and it's that's enabled us to achieve the kind of results that we have over recent years.
I think various things happened around that mid-season mark. We were developing the car hard, pushing hard, which was not an easy thing to do because, as everybody knows, we've got a very big regulation change for next year. So trying to balance pushing hard for this year with also doing the background level of research for next year has been a lot of work for everybody, and everybody here in the factory has been, in the design offices, has been really flat out this year for that. I think aerodynamically it was a bit of everything: front wing, diffuser, the usual culprits. Trying to get that to work well, the mechanical side, the suspension, and then of course the change back to the 12 tires, which I think probably suited our car more than some of our competitors. Our strength has tended to be in straight line braking and high speed corners, where you've got high load on the tires, and with the 13 tires being very fragile, it was easy to damage them in those conditions. The 12 tires just gave us a bit more scope to place the best of the car. Certainly the regulation changes are engine dominated, and it's not at all clear at the moment whether one of the 3 manufacturers we have next year will come up with a better product than the other 2. From both a performance point of view and also reliability, which could be quite a concern at the start of the season. Certainly, the new regulations for the engine, for the power unit, are massively complicated, and it's for the engine manufacturers themselves, it's very complicated. For us, the chassis manufacturers, and it's a complicated installation, which I think the mechanics won't take an instant liking to, probably. So, very hard to judge where we'll be at the start of the year. We've also got some quite significant aerodynamic regulation changes, not nearly as big as the ones we had at 2009, but still by normal year-to-year standards, very big changes. What's good about the factory is it's nothing other than what it needs to be, an honest factory for producing the design and research and manufacture of racing cars. So it's quite simple, but it's the people. It's a great attitude here, I think. That extends through the whole factory. You see it at the racetrack where routinely our guys are the last ones away. Everybody's hard working as the sort of Red Bull play hard, work hard, play hard type philosophy runs through, and it's just a great place to work.
Ja, im Moment ist die Vitrine leer, also dort, wo der WM-Pokal praktisch, mittlerweile habe ich eine Vitrine, steht nicht mehr auf dem Küchentisch. Jetzt stand, ist leer, weil ich muss ihn ja praktisch abgeben, aber ich bin natürlich froh, dass ich ihn wiederbekomme. Bis dahin habe ich Zeit, die Vitrine sauber zu machen, ist bis jetzt noch nicht geschehen. Ansonsten, ja, freue ich mich jetzt zunächst auf die nächsten 2 Rennen und dann wirklich einfach den Winter. Ja, freue mich wahrscheinlich ein bisschen Skifahren zu gehen, es ein bisschen ruhiger angehen zu lassen und einfach ein bisschen daheim auszuspannen.
Does it after every race.
Had more when you left.
That's it, yeah.
Of new tires were a big challenge for all of us. Winter testing wasn't as productive as we love motor racing. We enjoy racing, and therefore I don't think we need any motivation. You suit the driver better.
Coming to Milton Keynes.
Around the factory here to see, you know, the determination, the desire, the enjoyment that people have, you know, working in this team, and you know, we've come a long way in a pretty short space of time, and you know, there's tremendous pride.
For us, so to win at Spa and then Monza, which is normally even more of a struggle for us, was.
But we managed to stay ahead and carry on the way.
And then just before we walk into the floor, I think.
It was quite a busy evening.
Yeah, I think we enjoyed it, but other than that, to relax.
Christmas, that's for sure.
Yes. When you obviously.
Within you know, the buildings is a huge amount of desire and passion. And
No, not exactly. We started looking at a bit of a loophole.
At 26 years of age, he has managed to, you know, the list of great names that he's managed to join.
Adrian, did you ever?
That's it. After 5 years. Thank you very much. I think I remember when I came in, I think you have to work for respect, because obviously there's a lot of drivers that have been around for a long, long time, and Verstappen generally is like a big school class, or like a school class where you have some drivers you get along with well, and others you just don't.
So, Sebastian Vettel.